Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking yet another video and welcome if you're new. My name is Sally G and this channel is all about me taking you guys along for the journey with me as I build this clothing brand. So guys, I'm a big believer in you can do anything that you put your mind to, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how you can create your very own website for your business, for your brand. And I'm so excited to let you guys know that this video is actually sponsored by Wix. When they reached out to me, I was actually in the middle of creating my brand new website for Taddy G, so perfect timing is all I'll say. So make sure you click one of the links in my description and start building your Wix website today. You can click it now so you can kind of sort of follow along with this tutorial. Yeah, let's get into this video. So as with all my tutorials, I'm going to become a little small person and I'm going to be taking you through what's on my screen and showing you guys how you can create your very own Wix website. So right now we are in my Wix dashboard. So I've created my account and this is pretty much the page that I see when I first log into Wix. I've already actually started creating my website, but I'm going to show you what it looks like when you first want to create your website. So over here, I've just selected site actions and I'm going to click create new site. So you come across this screen here and it asks you what kind of website you think this is going to be. Is it going to be for your business, online store, music, design, etc.? So I'm going to just select business here and show you the next screen that comes up. So once you come to this screen, you have two options: create your website with Editor or let Wix ADI create your website for you. In this video, I'm going to be using the Wix Editor. Once you click here, it opens this next page which gives you a bunch of templates that you can pick from, and I feel like this is really great, especially if you have no idea what you want your website to look like. You can start to get ideas of what you want your website to look like. And the template that I actually ended up going for was this one. And I'm just going to show you what that looks like when you first click on it, and then I'm going to go back to my website which I had already started editing. So when you first click that template, you can see that this is exactly what it looks like, and you can just go ahead and edit all these bits. But I just wanted to give you a quick example of what a template looks like. I'm going to exit off that and I'm actually going to go to my website. So this is what my website looks like so far. As you can see, it's very similar to the template that I just showed you, but I've already started editing some of the bits, and I am going to show you all these tools and how I actually got to this point. So I'm going to start off by going through some of the tools. So as you can see here, this is where all your tools that you're going to need to create your website, get it looking how you want it to look, all of them are here. So the first one is menu and pages. So in here you can edit what is in your site menu. So for example, the options here are in my navigation, which is up here, so you can add pages, take pages away. Over here, this is when we can start getting a little bit creative. You can adjust what you want your page background to look like. So as you can see, I have already uploaded an image of me as my page background. So I'm actually going to go in there and click on there just to show you how I done that. So all I needed to do was click choose image, then I uploaded my image in here, and these are the images that I'm working with. The image I selected was this one, and as you can see, the image is quite opaque. So what I did was I clicked settings and I just reduced the opacity of it to 20, and as you can see, if I scroll down, you can see me here. This is my background image. You can also edit your background to just be a color. So say if you want your main background to just be white, you can edit that here and select what color you want it to be. So here, which I feel like is probably the most important tool and the tool that you're going to be using the most, this tool here, this plus button, is basically where you're going to find everything that you're going to want to be adding to your website. And as you can see, there's a whole range of basically anything you can think of. You can add text, images, you can add a button. So let me just give you a quick example. So I've clicked that button and as you can see, it's just pasted itself here, and I can literally just move that around and put that exactly where I want it to be. So I'm going to leave that button there and edit it later, but let's get back into here. There's so much, guys, there's so much to go through. Over here, I can add a menu, I can add another navigation for people to click on, or I can add anchors. Anchors is a really good one, and I'm going to show you what an anchor does. You can add your social media icons and link it straight to your Instagram Instagram, your YouTube, your Twitter. Basically, this is where it's at. This is where the party's at. You go in there and that's what you're going to be using for the majority of the time when you're editing your website. So the next button here is your theme manager. So in here, you can start adjusting what the color theme of your website is going to be. And if you know me, you've watched my branding video, you will know that I'm a big person of knowing what your brand colors are. So obviously in here, you can add different additional apps to your website just to elevate it and take it to that next level. And there's a whole host of apps in here. In here, you can add media. This tool is if you want to have a blog page, so you can add your blog page in here. This is where you would manage any bookings. So say if your website and you take bookings on your website, maybe you're a therapist, an online therapist, you can add your bookings in here. And then marketing and SEO, things like email marketing. Email marketing is a major key. Make sure you have some sort of email marketing set up on your website. So those are all the tools that you're going to need. So the first thing I'm going to start off with is my navigation. There's two different ways you can edit your navigation on here. So you can click this first tool, which I showed you earlier, which says menu and pages, and you can adjust it in here, or you can click the navigation itself and click manage menu, and it will take you to the same page again. So it's completely up to you. So in here, as you can see some of the options that I already have in my navigation. Straight away, I'm going to point out this where it says book one-on-one, and as you can see, it's got this eye on it that basically says that you're not going to be able to see in my navigation. And the reason why it's like that is because straight off the back, I'm not going to be taking one-on-one sessions, but I still want the page there. I still want to work on the page. So that's why I have that there. Using this button here, you can add pages. So say if I wanted to add an additional page, I would just click add page, call the page what I want, click done, and that is a whole new page. And as you can see, it's already in my navigation. So to delete a page, you can click the three dots here and click delete. You can also reorder your navigation. I actually want my about section to be above my starter kit section so that in my navigation up here, this is how it appears. And my about section is actually an anchor. So as you can see, it's not actually a page. It just takes you down to the section where I have written what this is all about. Now, YouTube actually takes me straight to my YouTube page. So in order to add a link like that into your navigation, all you need to do is to click this one instead, which says add link, and it gives you these options here. In my case, I'm linking it to a web address, and then all I'd need to do is paste the web address. So that is how you would edit your navigation, how you would add pages, take away pages, add links. So another thing in Wix, which I feel like is really important for me to point out now, is the ability for you to customize what everything looks like. And in order for you to do that, what you're looking for is this little paintbrush here, and this allows you to change colors, change fonts, and all that kind of stuff. If I was to click it for my navigation, it's going to bring up some more options of how I would have my navigation look. And then if you wanted to further customize it, you can click customize design. So if I click text, for example, I can adjust the color of the text, so I can change it from black to orange, for example, but I want to keep it black. But if I click over here where it says text, in this case, all I'll need to do is click edit text, and I still get the options of changing the font and the color. So let's start using some of these tools. So first of all, I actually want to add my logo. So I'm going to click in here, and I'm going to click here where it says image. Then I'm going to click here where it says my image uploads, and I've already uploaded my logo, but if you haven't uploaded your logo, you would click here. I've got my logo here. I'm going to click it, and I'm going to click add to page. And as you can see, it just pastes it big right in the middle, and I'm just going to resize that. And then I'm going to drag it and put it where I want it to be. Next thing I'd like to do is, like the template, you can see that it has this image on there, and I want the same for my website. All I'm going to do is click this space here, and I'm going to select change strip background, and I'm going to select image. So in here you can see some of the Wix images that they have to offer, but I'm going to click site files because I know I've already uploaded the image that I want to use, and I'm going to select this image here, select change background, and there we have it. And the last thing I'm going to add to this section of my homepage is a bit of text. as you can see, I added this button. The first thing I want to do is actually change the design of the button. So I'm going to click design, and I actually want it to be black with white text, and I'm going to change this to find out more. So I'm going to click this, and I'm going to click page. So I'm going to click the starter kit because that's what I want people to find out more information about. So this button up here, I feel like is a really major key because it allows you to see what your site is looking like. So if you select that, you can see pretty much how your site is fitting together. You could just get an idea of what your website looks like. So now I'm on that blank section. You can see my background picture here, and I'm going to go back to that add button, and this time I'm going to add a strip. So I think I'm going to go for this one, and I'm going to make it so that it sits quite nicely there. I'm actually going to go ahead and add another one of the same, and I'm going to align those. So I'm going to click one of these, and as you can see, these are the options that come up. I have the option to manage the columns, change the background, change the layout, and whether or not I want it stretched or just like this, but I do want it stretched, so I'm going to keep it like that. So the first thing I'm going to click in this option is manage columns, and this time I actually want to swap them around, and then I'm going to click the man and I'm going to change the column background. And now we're going to take a look at some of the Wix images that they have. So I'm going to type in business plan in here and see what options they have. Okay, I quite like this, so I think I'm going to use this image. And there we go. So I just did the same again to change this image, and I'm really liking the way that looks. And in here, I could just go ahead and change the text. So I'm just going to go ahead and quickly do that now. So as you can see now, I have customized both boxes to include the text that I wanted to include. And then just to make sure that everything looks good to me, I'm just going to click up here and just see how this website is beginning to come together quite nicely. The last thing that I need to change on my homepage is this footer because it just does not match the vibe. It's green, it's just not it. But before I do that, I'm going to show you guys how you can actually edit different pages on your Wix website. So in order to edit a different page, all you need to do is go up here and select here. So as you can see, it already says switch page. So say if I wanted to edit the starter kit page, I'll just click starter kit and it will take me to my starter kit page. And then again, I can just go ahead and start adding what it is that I would want on this page. So the last thing I need to change is my footer. So I'm going to click customize design and I'm going to click fill color and opacity, and I'm just going to change this to white, and I'm going to change this to white as well. Then in here, as you can see, it's got this contact form, but I don't quite want that because I feel like it looks a bit bulky. So instead, I am going to just have my email address here. So I'm going to get rid of all of this, and also the links to my social media as well, so people can just holler at me on there. So I'm just going to move these bits up, clicking this button here. I'm just going to reduce the size of the footer. There we go. And I'm going to click preview and see what my website is looking like. I feel like it's looking quite good. This blends in quite well. Oh my gosh, I am so happy. The only thing I want to change is literally the size of this, and I probably want to move this over to the side a bit. So I'm going to go back into editor. I'm just going to reduce the size of this strip a little bit, and I'm going to move this over here. And I feel like that looks much better. But one thing that is super, super important is the fact that content is now consumed on mobile. So it is really important for you to adjust your website so that it looks good on mobile as well. Up here, you will see that there's this option that says mobile. So now I need to go back into editor, and the screen pops up, and you can see that customizing it on here is not going to affect what your site looks like on desktop. All I'm literally going to do is just resize everything so that it looks good on mobile. So there we have it. That is how you would create a website on Wix. I really like Wix because of the drag and drop. You can basically make your website look exactly how you want it to look. And if you're a control freak like me and wants their website to look exactly what they want it to look like, then I feel like Wix is a really good option because you can drag and drop everything where you want it to be. I know I've pretty much only gone through like the home page, but everything is pretty much the same across the different pages as well. So say if I started editing my starter kit page, it would be pretty much the same as adding elements, taking away elements, typing and adjusting. You can pretty much edit to your heart's desire and make every page look as stunning and how you want it to look. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. This video has been sponsored by Wix, so please be sure to click the link in my description and start creating your Wix website today. Have a play with it, see what you can create, see where your imagination takes you. Please be sure to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you guys, and I'll catch you in my very next video.